somebody asked me to come on live on my way to his house, so I'm gonna do it. I wasn't gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it. Oh, 111. This is my, I've seen 111 literally twice in less than 2 minutes. I love that. Because you know what 111 means? It means that my life is a reflection of my reality, and I am receiving everything that I desire. And my reality is a reflection of my embodiment, and I'm a prosperous, wealthy, beautiful being. Wealth and abundance comes to me with ease. But yeah, so my night did not go as planned, actually. So when you guys last saw me, I was getting ready to go to a Christmas event, cocktail party, but the traffic was OD, like just mad OD. The traffic was insanely too much. Not a good time. Not a good time. I don't know why the traffic was so bad. And then I found out that it was the Usher concert. And I'm like, I thought Usher performed twice already from what I saw on TikTok. But yeah, so it was like, it was going to take me an hour to get to this cocktail party. And this cocktail party ended at 9 o'clock. I was going to get there till 8 o'clock. And I'm just like, okay, that's like a waste of my energy. Only going to be there for an hour. So initially I was driving in that direction, but the traffic was just too OD. Then I started driving in circles, and then I decided to just go to this spot that I normally go to. And I really didn't want to be there, honestly. I wanted to leave from there because my friend wasn't bartending, and then my other friend was bartending in a different area of the freaking restaurant. But I ended up just staying, and I was just happy to leave that spot because I was talking to this person at the bar, and once the conversation was over and it was time for everybody to skedaddle, I was just so happy to be away from that person for a specific reason, and I'm not gonna say it, but I'm just so happy that it was over. And then I went outside and I ran into these people. I ran into these people in a fraternity, and they were going to another spot. So I went to another spot with them, and yeah, that was cool or whatever. So now we're about to head home, and I'm gonna entertain you guys, and you guys can entertain me. But that's how my Thursday night went. But all I know, I was like, I done did my makeup, I done got dressed. I'm gonna step out somewhere. You said, wait, I can see you. Yeah, you can see my beautiful face. If you don't know my name, hi, my name is Courtney J. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Casually Me. Welcome to the tribe. But yeah, can I just say something? I don't understand how, like, you know how you go out as a woman and a dude be all up in your, like, space. He be all up in your space. He want to talk to you the whole entire night, and then some. And then dude starts to act weird once the check comes. I'm just like, sir, you literally could have just not been in my space, because you done blocked somebody else from coming to talk to me. Because people gonna think we together. We are not together. We are not together. Thursday night is not important. Friday night is important. I don't know. I did an experiment. I went out on a Friday in Atlanta, and I don't know, I gotta find different spots. I'm discovering different spots, but I rarely ever go out for real. A lot of spots in Atlanta are kind of like the same. You gotta live here to understand. But there's some other spots that are really cool that I haven't been to yet because I'm typically like busy a lot. But yeah, I have so much water in my car. Drinking water out of a paper straw is kind of insane because the straw gets like soaked. Yo, this sex store is packed. There's this sex store / whorehouse over here in Buckhead, and it's packed right now. Fun fact, I actually went to that place for my B-Day last year. Let me tell you guys about the whorehouse / sex store. Let me just tell you guys how my whole birthday last year went. Because I wanted to have a whole experience, okay? Hey, my mom passed away today due to cancer. I'm so sorry to hear that. And I am praying for your family because that's not a good time. I lost somebody to cancer as well, so I feel you on that. I'm very, very, very sorry to hear that. I send my prayers. I was just gonna say, you drink water with paper straw. Yeah, I didn't think that the paper straw was gonna get soaked, but it did. But on this episode of I Listen and I Don't Judge. So last year for my birthday, I wanted to experience going to a sex club. How that started, me and my friend at the time, we were having discussion, and he shared his experiences with doing certain things, and he said that he always wanted to do something like that. So I was like, oh cool, well I want to do something like that, so we should just do it together. And at first I thought that he was bluffing. I didn't think he was really gonna, come with me. And this was someone that I was crushing on for a very long time. Are they packed over here too? Because this is my spot. This be my spot over here. But yeah, so this was someone that I had a crush on for a very long time, So I was like, ooh, I get to hang out with my crush for my birthday. After it took me forever to get his attention. So he pulled up to the house, right? And he's dressed like real nice. Like I wasn't expecting for him to pull up and be dressed how he was dressed. I was like, but yeah, so we go to this first place called Trapeze here in Atlanta. It's a sex club called Trapeze, and we go there first, and I'm thinking, they're gonna have whips and chains. Like I was expecting 50 Shades of Grey type of energy, you know what I mean? And that's not what we got. So at Trapeze, I think you have to pay like $70, his and hers, $70 or something like that. And they have a buffet, and people say the food is good. I don't remember if we ate there or not. I don't think we did. And they have like a VIP private area, and the VIP private area has like, separate like rooms and dance floor and stuff like that. And they require you to be naked, so you can't wear any clothes. So when you go there, you have to wear a towel. They give you a towel. So keep in mind, I've been crushing on this dude for damn near a year. This is our first time hanging out for real. And he has to see me naked. And we haven't kissed or nothing. Like, sexual tension was just built up. Like, y'all don't understand how bad I was crushing on this dude. So so a part of me was just like, okay, I'll get naked, fine, it's fine. But I turned around so I wouldn't see him change his clothes, because we had to get changed in the same area. And he complimented my body, like, whatever, right? And we go to the main area. You said never eat at a sex club. Why do you say that? I'm expecting that same in story mode. I'm screaming. But no, like, people say they go there because the food's really, I mean, they keep the food separate, of course, from the activities. But anyways, it was a nice place. It was a nice place. So yeah, we go to the common area, and they have a pool table. And it was boring. Like, everybody, like, I could tell we were the youngest people there. He was older than me, of course, but I could tell that us together were the youngest people there. Everybody was older. And one girl was trying to hit on him off the rip, okay? And hey Moto, how are you? But yeah, so one lady was trying to hit on him off the rip, you know what I mean? They also had a pole in the middle of the dance floor, but everybody was just standing around the pool table. Like, nobody was, like, doing sexual activities, like, out in the open. Everybody was kind of, like, acting like they was afraid to get on each other, you know? So I'm asking questions. I'm like, I had a specific intention. Keep in mind, I did not intend on having, you know, I wasn't intending on having XXX with my crush friend thing, because we never did anything before. But for some reason, he was down for wanting to do what I wanted to do, which was simply just trying to see if they had a room that had, like, swings. I wanted to be in a room that had swings, whips, specifically the swings. Like, I really just wanted to be on a swing for real. Like, y'all don't understand. I really just wanted to be on a swing. So they only had, like, regular rooms. Like, they had rooms that had, like, beds, like, just regular beds, but it was nothing extravagant. They didn't have anything extravagant, and that made me sad. So I'm like, damn, that was a waste of $70. So we were bored. Nobody was having XXX. The rooms were boring. So then we ended up leaving. Hold on, I gotta get to the house. Well, gotta get inside the house. But yeah, so we ended up leaving, and we were like, dang, so where else should we go? And then I was like, we should go to Tokyo Valentino. Tokyo Valentino is a sex store, and they also have a quote-unquote whorehouse behind the building. And what's so funny, when I was living with my sister, like, years ago, we lived in that apartment complex right next to the sex store, but I never knew that it was a whorehouse. And depending on where you lived in the apartment complex, they said that you were able to see and hear what was going on. Now, the only gag about that, you guys, it's supposed to be a place for a lot of gay people and transgender people. So yeah, so the whorehouse was supposed to essentially be for gay people and transgender people. but we didn't until we got there. Hold on one second, you guys. But hold on, Peppa's about to greet me at the door. Hi, Peppa. Hi, Peppa. Peppa, say hi. Peppa, say hi. Say hi. Okay. I got to get my stuff together so I can tell you guys the rest of the story. Oh, perfect. I already have my tripod right here. So let me go ahead and put you guys up here. Okay, awesome. Okay, so we go to Tokyo Valentino, right? And it was cheaper than Trapeze to enter. I think it was like $20-something or whatever. And we went on a weekday. We didn't go on the weekend because my birthday was, it landed on like a weekday or whatever. But, you know, I asked the dude beforehand, I'm like, do you guys have rooms that have X, Y, and Z in there? And the dude said, yeah. And I just remember when we were coming in, there were so many guys that were coming in and out, but they had like hoodies on, mask on. Like, these dudes didn't want to be noticed. Clearly, they didn't want to be noticed. And at first, I'm just like, you know, how could it be so bad in here? How come everybody trying to look incognito, right? I kid you guys not, the first 2 seconds we walk up in there, there's different levels that you got to walk up in there. It's like stairs or whatever. I saw someone that looked like a woman, but she had a penis. Okay? And in that moment, I realized, this is like a strip club for transgenders, because the way that the girls were dressed, they were dressed in stripper clothes. There were girls that were coming in that had like their like dance bags and stuff like that, you know. They had stages for the girls to dance on, and they were literally transgender strippers in the whorehouse. And they had regular women in there too. So then I was like, oh, that's why the guys are coming up in here looking incognito, because they're either DL and don't want to be caught, or whatever the case may be. You know, if you know, you know. So we're just touring the place, trying to figure out what's what, and it wasn't bad. They had like so many different rooms or whatever, right? So after a while, my friend and I, we just end up sitting in this random room. And while we were sitting in there, I kid you guys not, a bunch of random guys came into the room that we were in, because they were trying to watch us do the do. Like 10 guys just randomly just crowded the room we were sitting in, and it was dark. Like, I was just sitting on my friend's lap, just talking, and we were just talking about everything that was happening, and 10 strange dudes just come up in there, just standing around, just waiting. So then I'm like, okay, so people come here to see transgender strippers. People come here to watch people do the do. Okay, those 2 things I am aware of so far. Cool. So we had to keep telling the dudes, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. So then eventually they all leave, right? So then I tell my friend, I'm like, okay, I think I'm ready to see about these rooms. Now, y'all probably like, why would you want to see about the rooms if you didn't think that you was about to get some action? You know what I mean? I just wasn't expecting to do anything with my friend slash crush, because we never did anything before. and he's simply just here for my birthday, you know. But when we asked about the rooms, we went back down to the entrance. This man asked if they had condoms. Oh my God, I hate when my fan turns on while I'm on live because it just sounds so loud. But yeah, my friend, he asked the guy at the front if he had condoms. And I'm looking, I'm like, what is he getting condoms for? You know, I'm like, what is he getting condoms for? Because we didn't talk about doing the do. Talked about coming to the sex clubs and just seeing what it was about. I want to see if they have rooms that, you know, got fifth grade type of vibes. You know what I mean? I didn't think my friend was actually trying to do something with me. This man gets condoms and whatnot, and I'm just in disbelief of what's going on. And then I'm like, oh my God, this is really happening for real. So then we tell the dude, like, okay, we want to get one of the VIP rooms. The dude gonna say, okay, you have to have a dancer with you. So then I was like, we have to have a dancer. I was like, what does that mean? And basically, to get one of the VIP rooms, you have to have one of the dancers that work there. You have to have one of them in there with you. So at this point, I'm annoyed. I'm a little bit annoyed because I'm like, I thought you said that we could go in there by ourselves. You like, no one said that we had to have a dancer come in the room with us. I'm like, I'm a dancer. I could be his dancer. I'm like, we don't need a dancer. I'm like, we're both dancers. We don't need to have another dancer. And then the guy was like, oh, well, it's only on these days where we allow that. Be in there by yourselves. But on other days, you got to have a dancer with you. So I'm like, okay, that's where the whorehouse comes into play. Because people will get these VIP rooms and have sex with the dancers and then pay them. So I was like, okay, cool, that's fine, whatever. But we ended up not doing the room because I was like, no, that wasn't a part of the plan. That wasn't a part of the plan. I told my friend, I'm like, if that was the case, we could have just stayed at my place if we were going to do that. But that wasn't the plan, though. The plan wasn't to do all of that. It wasn't the plan. So, yeah, that's how my experience was for my birthday last year going to sex clubs. We definitely left after that, and I haven't been back. Would I go back? Probably not, simply for the fact of it was just boring. It was just very, very boring. It would take a lot of persuasion for me to want to go back to those specific places. But I think everybody should try going to a sex club just for the experience. I mean, just to say that you did it, because why not, you know? You know, what harm is that? What harm do you have just simply saying, yeah, I've been to a sex club before? But yeah, we listen and we don't judge. We listen and we don't judge. But this year for my birthday, it was a whole different type of situation. I ended up going to Wisconsin, which I have a whole vlog about how I spent my birthday this year. If you want to go check that out. So at least I could say that I've lived, right? I've had experiences. So I don't regret it, but I just wish that it was more of what I wanted, though. I wish it was more 50 Shades of Grey type of energy, because it wasn't. I was kind of sad about it, not gonna lie. But yeah. What's the craziest thing, you guys? I think that's the craziest thing I have done. Like if somebody was to ask me the craziest thing I've done, I would probably say that. But I've been asked that question lately, and I haven't said that answer because I high key be forgetting that experience happened. I be forgetting that I went to those two places. You like my glasses? Thank you. So why aren't you still with him? Well, we were never together. He was just a friend that I had a crush on, and he was down to have that experience with me. That's it. That's it. We weren't boyfriend and girlfriend. I haven't been in a relationship in a few years, y'all. Yeah. But I think we talked about that last night, though. If you were in the live last night, then you know we had a whole therapy session about my life. Why? Why to which part? Let me make sure I don't put bleach on my black pants, because these are my favorite pair of black skinny jeans. They just fit so well. I love them. Why to which part? How long have you guys been single? Or do you guys have persons? The first one. What was the first one? I'm a little bit slow. You gotta help me. What is it, Tim? Tim, you gotta help me. You've been single for 5 years. Yeah. Yeah, that tends to be the norm. I'm kidding. About 1 year. Why are you guys single? That's the real question. Why are y'all single? Enough about me. What about you guys? What about you guys? Time goes by so fast, though. I'm like, dang. I haven't had nobody check up on me to make sure I made it home safe in 3 years. I'm kidding. Kind of. No, I have people that care about if I made it home safely. I take that back. I do. People that I meet at random. They care about my well-being. Did you ever get together with your crush? He obviously liked you too. Man, do you want to hear the story of how the crush... You want to hear the story of how my crush ended up being? Because it didn't go how I thought it was going to go. It did not go how I thought it was going to go. Like not even close. Not even close. Peppa, why are you crying? Hold on, I gotta set up my area to talk to you guys. Let me close this. Uh-oh. I have the thing. I feel like I have to close my doors. I have a whole like setup thing. I have like a whole little setup thing that I created. I love that for me. So it's like, now you see me, now you don't. Now you see me, now you don't. But oh, this natural light is actually pretty cool. This whole time I'm thinking I have to put my I'm gonna clean my thing. Okay. This whole time I thought that I had to have a whole lamp or whatever. Well, I'm gonna still have my lamp, but okay. So she said you're toxic. Do I have any advice on relationships for the youngsters? You're 15. Well, I'm gonna tell you the story of my crush, and just take advice as a young man, okay? So no, I did not get with my crush. He may have liked me, but dude wasn't trying to be in no type of relationship. He was not. He was not in that headspace to do that. So after the night after after my birthday, well, not after my birthday, but I don't know where to begin. I really don't know where to begin. He didn't know that I liked him. I don't think he knew that I liked him before we spent my birthday together at the sex clubs. We just were flirting with each other, and you know, it just went from there. So of course, after we left the sex clubs, you know, whatever happened after that, and I didn't talk to him. I didn't talk to him after that night, but he ended up reaching out to me, and he was like asking me questions and things like that. And around that time, he was allowing himself to kind of pursue getting to know me more, like as a friend, you know? I never pressured a relationship onto him because we didn't have that experience of just being friends first, you know? So in June, because my birthday's in June, so I want to say the whole month of June, that was when he was starting to open himself up a little bit to me, but not fully, right? And there was also certain events that were taking place. He had me involved in something that he was doing, so I helped out with that. We hung out doing that. He invited me to go to the pool with him, so we did that. The only time we went out to eat was after the pool date, and you know, we swam with each other and all that jazz. And after us doing something that we had to do for the space, I'm trying to be mindful of my words, of the space that we were at. So I say that to say that we didn't really go on dates. That's why I'm saying that. We didn't really go on dates. He didn't take me out on dates. He took me out to eat like 3 times. Actually, we did go on one date. But literally, the dates happened after. The dates didn't happen off of him saying, "Hey, Courtney, I want to take you out on a date. Let's go here." The dates happened after we were already in the same space together, and he was like, "Okay, do you want to get some food?" That's how that happened. So I never went on a proper date with him in that way. And then we did that pool date, and then we went out to eat after the pool date. And that's when I got to pick at his brain a little bit in regards to his preferences or what he's experienced. And basically, dude had a really, 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 really bad experience with a previous girl years ago. And because of that experience, he allowed that to cloud his he allowed that to affect him getting to know new people. He didn't call you and ask you out. He rarely called me, first of all. That man rarely called me. Very, very rarely called me. He very rarely, the only time I remember that man calling me was way before my birthday. and he was calling me to tell me something about my lights on my car being off or something, because we were leaving a place, and he called me to tell me that my lights were on or whatever. But I never, like, I didn't have his number saved at that point, which I should have kept his number unsaved, to be honest. And he, you know, I told him, I was like, I don't have your number saved. And he was like, well, you should have my number saved because, you know, I'm a valuable person. You should, you know, I'm an asset. You should have my number saved. I should have kept the number unsaved, honestly. That's why I don't save numbers. I don't save numbers. You know what? Out of all the people I've met this year, I could count on one hand how many numbers I've saved this year. I don't save numbers anymore. Because saving someone's number, it's just like, yo, sometimes y'all don't even last long. So it's like, I don't even want to have your number saved because you're not going to last long. Or we don't even talk like that. I don't utilize your number, so I don't feel the need to save it. Whatever. So you called him. He said, how many people have you met this year? I've met a lot of people this year. Like, I'm not talking just in regards to dating. I'm just talking about, like, in general. You know, like, just people in general. I rarely save numbers. It's very rare for me to save someone's number. Unless we actually, like, spend time together on a consistent basis, I'm not gonna save your number. But for women, I'm a bit more lenient when it comes to that. So you called him. I'm gonna get into that, actually, in the regards to calling him. He manipulated me into feeling like I had to call him, but I'm gonna get into that. But yeah, so he was just damaged from a previous relationship. He was still hung up on it. He was still tied up on it. And moral of the story, dude had an avoidant attachment style. And at that time, I was aware that I had an anxious attachment style. It's important to know your attachment styles when it comes to dealing with people and dating. And that's what I had to learn last year. When you're able to know your attachment style, it helps you to maneuver through your triggers when other people do things, right? So although I was aware that dude had an avoidant attachment style, I thought that if I played it cool, like, okay, well, I don't want a relationship out of you. You literally just had a kid. You saying that you know, we talked briefly about how that came about, you know. But yeah, he brought up, you know, he shared like intimate things with me, you know what I'm saying? So all the signs were there. All the signs were there for me to not have gotten emotionally attached like I did. But I was trying to trick myself into thinking that I wasn't getting emotionally attached. You know what I mean? Like, I was trying to tell myself, keep it cool, Court, keep it cool. You already know what's up, keep it cool. But at the same time, I wasn't aware at the time that his avoidance triggered me. Him being an avoidant triggered me, regardless of whatever. Him just having that trait was triggering in general. It didn't resonate with me at all. And I had to go through that experience to realize that. I did have a crush on him. I had a crush on him for a year. We didn't start connecting until a year after he was in my presence. He was always around me, but he didn't allow himself to get to know me until that year, if that makes sense. Yeah, I know that is a long time. No, like, Because listen, when I first saw that man, that's when the crush started. That was when I was a month in living back in Atlanta. So I met him a month after I was back living out here in 2022. And the first time I saw that man, I automatically was just like, yo, who is that? I was so like in awe. That was the last time I ever had a crush on somebody like that. I haven't had a crush on somebody like that in 2 years. I don't think I'm ever going to have a crush that bad. But that crush experience triggered my shadow work really bad. Because before he engaged with me in any kind of way, there were certain things that happened that I had to reflect on within myself. If you're into like shadow work and all that type of stuff, then you get what I mean, you know? So it happened for a reason. I had to be very self-aware of myself. I had to ask myself what it is about this person that I like or that I resonate with so much, even though, you know, he doesn't pursue me. You know what I mean? Like, so no guy would be able to meet the expectations that he set. I don't think that's what I meant. In regards to me having a crush, I'm not going to have, like, the way that I had a crush on him, it wasn't healthy. That's what I mean. I'm not going to have a crush on someone to the point where it gets unhealthy for me. Having a crush on him was so unhealthy. It was very unhealthy for me. I remember one time we were having a conversation. We had a deep conversation at my place. And this was after I had a dream. I had a dream one day, and then I got an email about this crystal, lapis lazuli. That lapis lazuli crystal that if you watch my other videos, you'll see that I'll have it on. The story behind why I got that necklace is because of the crush. I had a dream, and I woke up the next day, got an email about a lapis lazuli. So I drove an hour to Athens, Georgia to go to this metaphysical store, and I got the crystal, and the crystal is supposed to help tie into like intuition and stuff like that, you know? He said borderline obsessed. No, like I'm in tune. I had a dream. All this stuff happened for a reason. Like, I was supposed to get that crystal necklace. I was supposed to. And then the person that I met there, they were also doing like readings. So I asked the person to do a reading on me and the person. And then dude gonna say that my crush supposedly is my twin flame. So I was really delulu at this point. Like, I really thought dude was like a twin flame or whatever. Like, the reading that I received, the dude was saying stuff about the crush that I didn't even tell the dude. So of course I'm like, oh my gosh, how did you know all of that? So the guy was like, you should have a conversation with your crush about X, Y, and Z. Now at this point, it was for self-awareness purposes. I really had to understand what it was about my crush that I liked so much, because the stuff that I liked about him were unhealthy, and I needed to be aware of those traits so that I wouldn't continue to be attracted to men that had those qualities, because those are subconsciously unhealthy for me. I don't need that in a person, you know? So I had the conversation with my crush. He came over one night, and we had the conversation. He was receptive to the idea of us being twin flames. and what really made me believe that he was a twin flame was because I went through an ego death, and they say that when you come across your twin flame, that tends to happen, whatever. So of course I was just, and at that time I was like, oh my gosh, everything makes sense. But after that conversation, you know, we do what we do again. And oh my gosh. Oh gosh. That didn't help. Us doing what we did not help. It didn't help. We messed around a few times and it did not help the case at all. It didn't. Because what it did, it made him pull away. But him pulling away is his response to being afraid to get close to somebody. And we didn't talk for like a whole month and a half. And I thought that it was my fault. I didn't get more obsessed. I blamed myself for his absence though. And I had to go through that experience for me to learn from that as well. It's never your fault for why somebody is the way that they are. But what was really getting at me in regards to me blaming myself for his absence, it was more so in the sense of I became aware that men do not get attached through sex. I had to learn that, right? So because I was aware of that and we engaged in whatever activities, I was like, dang, if I wouldn't have did X, Y, and Z, he would probably still be around. That's what I was telling myself last year at the time. So I was really like hard on myself. I'm like, I just shouldn't have did it. I just shouldn't have did it because I already knew what the outcome was going to be. I should have just never done it. And then eventually I let it go. I forgave myself. I told myself it wasn't my fault for how he is and blase blase. And then moved on. And then what really made me decide to not talk to him anymore, because he ended up going ghost. He always would just go ghost. And not just on me. Like, he goes ghost on, like, everybody that knows him personally. You know? So, that's just how he is because of his own personal things, right? So, that was around, like, July, August 2023. So I didn't talk to him. We didn't talk to each other. He went ghost, whatever. But he manipulated me into thinking that I had to pursue him because he told me, he was like, you know, you can call me. He basically said that he feels like a woman has to pursue, you know, conversation with him and talking to him basically so that he can feel needed. He didn't say it like that, but that's exactly what he meant. Because of his previous experience, his defensive response is to protect myself. This person has to pursue me, talk to me, do whatever so I can feel they really not need me, but really want me for real. Because someone that I wanted for real played in my face. And I was aware that at that point I should have just deaded it. But I don't know why I just went against my intuition. And I think I called him once or twice willingly. And that was it. It didn't feel right. I'm like, I'm not about to do this. I was like, it didn't feel right. So I was like, I'm not about to do this, you know? It didn't feel right because he wasn't reciprocating energy. How are you going to sit here and we have a deep conversation and you talking about some reciprocation of energy? You're trying to manipulate me because you're hurt. And I had to peep that. So we stopped talking around the fall time, and then the last time we spoke that year was November, because that was when my dog had got attacked by 2 bulldogs. And of course he texted me, you know, just sharing his condolences in regards to that, and I appreciated that. And around that time I was getting ready to move. I sent him a voice message. That's the last message that I know he has from my number. I sent him a voice note, and I was basically telling him that if he's available, can he help me move my stuff? And I thought I could ask him to help me with that, because before my birthday, when I was getting my tattoo done and I got hit by a DHL van, he helped me by taking me to the car auto shop to get my car fixed and things like that. He was there to help me. Oh, I forgot, we did go out to eat after that too. Let me not discredit him. We did go out to eat after that too. So we actually did go out to eat several times. But anyways, but yeah, and I sent the voice note, and guess what? He never responded. He never responded. At that point, I was done. I was like, okay, this has been a year-long crush. I've learned what I needed to learn. We can't keep doing this to ourselves. We're gonna oh, I also forgot we did go on a date to the park and got ice cream. I keep forgetting little stuff like that happened. Anyways, because if I'm gonna tell the story, then let me tell the story correctly. But yeah, so after that in November, I told myself I am not talking to this person anymore. I told myself I'm not talking to him for a whole year. I don't want to see anything in regards to him. I don't want to be a part of anything that has to deal with him. I strictly was distancing myself full throttle, and that's what I did. But then January of this year came around, and I had to do a performance, and he was involved in that performance. So, and at first I wasn't going to do the performance because I knew he was going to be involved in it, but then I told myself, F it, this isn't for him, this is for me, because I'm a performer and got nothing to do with him. He's not about to stop me in my journey. So I went ahead and did it, and I just didn't give him the time of day. Of course, he acknowledged me and tried to talk to me a little bit, not too much. And then I peeped that he was, of course, flirting with another person. And I had to tell myself, you know, I'm just so happy that I'm not delusional anymore. And that was the last time I saw him. And that was the last time we physically spoke to each other. And I stuck to what I said. Actually, I just lied. That was the last time I saw him in person. But when his birthday came around, his birthday's before mine. His birthday came around, and I'm not petty, so I told him happy B-Day. And that was, I couldn't be petty because, you know, I'm like, we literally spent like my birthday together a year ago, and we did what we did. Like, I'm not gonna be petty. But I told myself, if he don't tell me happy birthday, he was already cut off, but he was really good. Like, he was gonna get unfollowed on Instagram and everything. I take my B-Day very seriously. But he acknowledged me on my birthday this year, you guys. He sent me a message, and it wasn't just HBD. It wasn't a short little thing. Like, it wasn't like 2 words. Like, he actually sent something that was a sentence. And I said that I appreciated it, because I did. But that didn't make me want to go back and try to talk to him, though. So at that moment, I knew that I was fully detached. And yeah, I haven't talked since then. So that's the story of the crush. You wish me well. Thank you, Quarantine. I appreciate it. But I can catch up to messages. I mean to the chat now. He was damaged. But I want to say, in regards to my advice on relationships for the youngsters, you're 15. You're 15. So honestly, the best relationship advice I have is for you to just enjoy being 15. Enjoy being young. Literally just enjoy being young. Everybody's experience with dating while they're young is going to be different. You know, when I was 15, I wasn't dating like that when I was in high school, to be real. I didn't really date anybody. My mom did not let me have a boyfriend. She barely let me keep a phone. So, but after a while, it didn't really matter. And that's when I started getting into talking phases and whatnot. But honestly, I think that you should just enjoy being 15 and don't get anybody pregnant. And if anything, just be an honest person. Just be an honest, respectful person in the midst of it all. Don't lie to nobody. And if you feel like you got to be a player, don't get upset if somebody plays you. So that's literally it. That sounded so mean. But no, like, don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. If you're going to be a player, it's kind of selfish for you to get upset if somebody plays you, okay? You got to be fair. So if you're gonna be young and spontaneous, be young and spontaneous, you know. Just please don't get nobody pregnant. If anything, just don't get nobody pregnant. Have fun. Dating is supposed to be for experience, so you can figure out what it is that you like and what you don't like at the end of the day. So yeah. And men have their own biology, so you can't really go against your biology as a man. However, you can have great character, and I think that if you're just honest, transparent, not stressing so much, you know, and don't take anything serious. Nobody's married, you know, nobody's married, so there's no need to take things seriously. But then at the same time, you're young, so if you have the experience of being with someone and it feels serious to you, then just have that experience. Just the moral of the story is to just have experience. Just don't get nobody pregnant and don't lose yourself. And if you feel like you've lost yourself, you can always find yourself again. This is why I'm not a mom. This is why I'm not a mom. I answered that already. How many people I met this year? You could always save it and then delete it later. I know that's in reference to saving people's phone numbers. But that's what I'm saying. Like, if I'm going to delete somebody's number, then what's the point of me saving it in the first place? That's how my brain thinks, you know? If I'm going to end up deleting their contact, then I just won't save it. That whole experience last year effed with me so much that even the person that I've been dealing with this year, I haven't saved their number one time. And I was dealing with this person all year. But things started to change around my birthday. And then around the fall time, current time, things were like, whatever. But that man's number has not been saved in my phone, not once since I met him last year. It's funny, it's always the people that I meet around like the fall time. I saw a TikTok, they were like, if you meet anybody around like September to November, the relationship is either really good or really bad. And then everybody in the comment section was like, wow, it really is around that time frame. And a lot of people were like, every time I meet somebody around the fall time, there's always something crazy. Now that I think about it, I met both of those dudes around the fall time. Yeah, I did. I did. Okay. Something that Matthew said a while ago, bring up the street you like to die, but you didn't ask him on a date. You could have said, hey, I like you. Would you like to go on a date? She would probably say, you like, yeah. That's a lot for my brain. So I don't know how to read that. But in regards to, you could have said that, like, I'm not asking a dude to go out on a date. That's not my role. That's not my role. But Mac, the 15, he's been trying to change that. Well, at least you're aware of it, especially at 15. Like, you're young and you're aware that you get easily attached to people. So that is something that you generally just have to grow out of, and you grow out of that through experiences. Once you get tired of people playing in your face, and once you get tired of playing in your own face, all of that stuff just naturally just flows out the window. That's how I look at it. Some things don't always change overnight. Sometimes you really just have to go through stuff until you get tired of it. Matthew says his last time having a relationship was 2 years ago. So him and I were kind of dating. Technically, yes, we were dating. We were dating. Yeah, I would consider it dating. But yeah, I would say that we were dating, cuz to me, we were doing the acts of dating. We weren't like boyfriend girlfriend, but I also don't view boyfriend girlfriend as exclusive. I view marriage as exclusive. Dating is two people single getting to know each other, and whatever happens happens. But yes, we were dating. And you said that, yeah, the game ran its course because he sounds like a player. And you said that I fell victim to the charm. He sounds like a player. You know what's crazy? It's like, I don't know if dude's a player or if dude is just, like, I don't know, like, how he went about things is I can see why it gives player. But I don't believe he played me. He played himself. And I'm not saying he played himself in regards he missed out on me. No, because if it was meant to be for him and I to be together, then yeah. You know, so I don't think like that. But he played himself in regards to, he continued on with the cycle of being avoidant towards intimacy, pure intimacy that has nothing to do with XXX, you know. But I also think that because that did happen, something probably within him just flicked. I mean, men don't get attached through that. So he probably was like, okay, this happened. I want something where I don't have this experience with somebody. Who knows what was going on through his head? He was fine up until we did it. He was good up until we did it. But because of his attachment issues, that's why I'm like, okay, he played himself. But he also did the same thing he did to me to like 2 other girls in the same circle. And I was aware of that. I was 100% aware of that. And I was still a dummy by thinking that he was at least gonna keep Ish a little bit cool. I wasn't trying to be his girlfriend. But dang, you could have respected me a little bit. That's how I was thinking. That's how I was thinking then. I don't think like that now. But I fell victim to myself by not listening to my intuition, you know. But I needed to go through that, you know. Um, you haven't fully got over that situation. I have gotten over it. I'm so happy to say that, actually, because I was really like attached to that whole situation really bad. So I'm happy that I'm in a space where I generally don't care to talk to him like I used to before. I'm okay to not see him. I'm okay if I don't hear from him. He's not a thought in my brain. And I can talk about the situation from a sense of self-awareness and forgiveness. I mean, stuff happens. Stuff happens. I had to learn from it. So yeah, we have Free From Illusions back in the chat, and you say that you're the exact opposite. I don't get attached to anyone. I'm a lone wolf type, for real. Yeah, I think the reason why I would get attached to people is because of my upbringing. Because of my upbringing, I think I just felt alone subconsciously. So I would attach to anybody that was nice to me. That's when it first started. And then it just manifested into other things, just growing up and stuff like that. So, wait, so you're into open relationship because a regular relationship usually involves monogamy even when dating. No, I see it as this. We're either married or we're not. If we're not married, I'm single and we're dating. We're doing the acts of dating. I also read this in the book too. We're doing the acts of dating. We're spending time with each other. We're getting to know each other. But where a lot of people mess up, well, I won't say mess up, but a lot of people get themselves in situations where they will be exclusive to one person and they'll be with that person for years and they'll be doing all of these things for this person without the person having to commit lawfully to them, and then they end up breaking up and you don't have anything to show for it. Like legally, like if somebody was to get hurt, right, the hospital is not going to be like, oh well, you're the girlfriend, so blah blah blah. Like, no, are you the wife? You know, if do you get what I'm saying? So it's like, as a girlfriend, you really don't have much liberty for stuff. When you sign paperwork, it says single, married, widow. It doesn't say boyfriend, girlfriend. Single, married, or widowed, you know? And I don't want to stay with one person if they are not on the journey to want to be committed to me for a long time. Because if I stay with one person and then I'm with them for 5 years and then they don't marry me or whatever the case may be, and I've been giving them my body, giving them access to whatever they want through me and X, Y, and Z, those 5 years could have been spent me dating other people, and I possibly could have came across somebody that knew they wanted to snatch me up off the streets after 6 months. That's just my preference in regards to that. I just don't want to waste my energy over a certain time period for somebody that doesn't know what they want to do with me, because I can utilize my energy with different people. But then also a lot of times, a lot of guys aren't naturally monogamous. There's some that are. There's some that are, and those that are typically end up, you know, being in relationships fairly quickly, and they good and they straight. But for a lot of other guys, they're gonna end up messing around with other people anyway behind your back. So you might as well just save yourself the energy of being upset as a woman and just change your perspective on dating and just see it as you're single, he's single. Unless he shows you that he wants to be with you for real, then you pay attention to his actions more than his words. Yeah, so that answers your question. Yes, I will not be exclusive until I am married, and I will see other people, even if I've been dealing with that guy for a year. That is my preference. That is what I choose to do after what I've experienced with dating. Even with the dude from this year, I've been dealing with one dude for a whole year in regards to certain things. I've been dealing with him, talking to him, whatever. But I haven't stopped myself from talking and going on dates with other people. You know why? Because I went on dates with other people and other people gave me gifts on my dates. This dude that I chose to entertain for the year, you know, he did things for me too. He did things for me too in his own ways, but there's other things that I wanted that he couldn't deliver or just chose not to deliver. So I found other guys to deliver it for me. This dude that I've been messing with for a year, he never told me that he wanted to take me seriously. So yeah, we've been dating for a year, but I know that he doesn't want to take me seriously because he's not in a place within himself to want to do that. So I'm not going to be stupid and just trust that after a year he's going to feel indifferent. And that's the healthiest way to be. And I already had to go through my emotions in regards to that situation. So imagine if I wasn't dating other people. I would be Delulu like I was in 2023. I wasn't trying to repeat that cycle. It's weird. I have never felt the feeling of being alone, even though I don't go out much. You think you're an alien. That could be true. That's good though, you know. So they should propose to you. 100%. 100%. Because I view it like this. There's men that will propose to women within a certain time frame because they know exactly what they want. There's men that know what they want. There's men that know that they enjoy having somebody around, but they're just not ready to settle down yet. But they're not gonna let that person go because they're thinking about themselves. They're being selfish. I'm benefiting from having this girl around. So even though I don't want to be committed to her because of my own personal reasons, I'm still going to keep her around because of my own benefits. Why should I, as the woman, stop myself from exploring other options for somebody that's being selfish with like being selfish towards me? Because that's not fair to me. I shouldn't put all my eggs in one basket with somebody that can't even put one egg in mine, you know? And it's crazy to say that, but and not every guy is like that. I haven't came across a man yet that has looked at me and said that I'm someone that he wants to be with. That doesn't mean like it's a problem with me. I go out and I live my life and I enjoy my life. I don't stress about when I'm going to meet somebody. You know what I mean? I don't stress about that type of stuff. And you shouldn't. You should just live your life, and the person that's meant to be for you will come around when you least expect it. So just live your life, you know. And every dating experience helps you to realize what it is that you need, what you don't need, what you want, what you don't want, and what your standards are. So when you come across new people, you know what you will and won't deal with, you know. What if you find someone who checks every box, but they don't believe in a marriage? They commit to monogamy, though. Then they're not my person. That just means that I would see it as, okay, I'm just one step closer to attracting the person that's actually meant to be for me. That's how I would feel. I feel like a lot of things that happen in my life personally happen in phases. So I would just see that as a phase that reflects that I'm getting really close. At least we got to someone that checks my boxes. At least we got something. He's not the one though, because we know what we want. We want that ring. Straight up. Sorry if you already answered this, but I had to step away. So would you ever let the guys you're dealing with know that you are looking for marriage instead of long-term dating? Unless it's brought up. Unless they bring it up, I'm not going to bring it up. I'm not going to bring it up. And there's a reason why I'm not going to bring it up. I'm not going to bring it up because I'm not going to bring it up because there's multiple factors. For some dudes, you can't tell them that you want marriage because that's going to scare them away. Right? And then for some dudes, you can tell them that that's what you want, and then they'll say that, yeah, they want that too, and then they'll do everything right and then still end up doing you dirty or ghosting you. You know, but I generally think that the topic of marriage can come up in a conversation by it just naturally just happening, not by force, not by, oh, so how do you feel about marriage? Da, da, da. I feel like it'll be a conversation that would just naturally happen. And I would feel more secure if it was the man to initiate that first, because the man is the one that has to get down on his knee. The man is the one that has to find the ring. The man is the one that has to get the approval from the parents. Traditionally, the man has to do all of that. So I would want the man to pursue and initiate anything like that, because that's his place too. And then a lot of times, a lot of issues that people have is they feel like they were forced into a marriage. Some women have been with dudes for so long and they're like, I really want to get married, I really want to get married, that the dude marries her just because she wants it. But the man has to want it too. I desire for the man to just be authentically himself, and I don't want to tell him anything that he'll use to act like a whole different character just to get what he wants from me. I want him to make his own choices through his own brain and just be himself, and I have the choice to choose if I want to deal with that or not. I want him to look at me and choose whether or not I am someone that he views as his wife, as someone that he wants to have in his life, if he sees my value in his life. I want him to make that choice. I don't want to make that choice for him. I don't want to force a dude to be around, stick around, be something like that. Because when I've done that before, having expectations, it's never worked out and it's not healthy. I don't desire to force a man to be anything anymore, because it's just, and then I have to sit and deal with it, cry in the corner. It's just so much, I just don't want to deal with that. So, yeah, I got to ask the right questions early on before pursuing heavy. Yeah, and really paying attention to how people act, how people behave, and how they view things. and their level of integrity. Like if someone says that they believe in X, Y, and Z, but their actions are the opposite, now I'm questioning you. Oh my God, your face is so perfect. Your body is so divine. I fell in love with you. Your voice is my medicine. That is so sweet. Thank you. I love that. My voice is your medicine. That is, yo, the way y'all be talking and giving compliments on here, you all, yeah, that's how you make a woman smile. I love that. Your words are my medicine. That's so charming. That's so charming. How many months before I offer an engagement ring? That depends on you. I don't have a set time frame. I honestly don't. I don't have a set time frame. They say that it doesn't take a man long, though, to know what he wants. But you guys are men, so only you guys can really answer that. Does it take you guys long to know what it is that you guys want? And I kind of feel bad for all the negative experiences you've had. Where are you finding these men at? Yeah, but I mean, honestly, these experiences, yeah, they were negative, but they needed to happen for my growth. I needed to realize some things about myself. So all of these experiences literally helped me to become a better woman, to have better standards, to understand my worth and my value, and to really know what it is that Courtney really wants for herself in life and how she wants to be treated. Before, I was just accepting whatever. I had to have this stuff happen to me for me to realize, I'm not the one or the two or the three. I'm too beautiful. You know, and I'm still very optimistic when it comes to dating. Very much so. I feel like if you ghost a woman, you never had any true feelings for them in the first place. Yeah. Being ghosted sucks. Being ghosted is not a good feeling. Being ghosted by someone that you thought you had a true connection with. I'll rephrase that. Because if you ghost someone that you just met yesterday, that's whatever. But if you ghost someone that you spent a certain amount of time with, or you said certain things to them to make them think a certain way, and they wasn't smart enough to just pay attention to your actions more than your words, then it's messed up. It's messed up. And just experiencing dudes do that, that's why I'm just like, there's a 50% chance that a man will stay, and there's a 50% chance a man is gonna leave. That's literally how my brain is at this point. I don't ever want to have a 100% expectation that somebody's gonna stick around. I don't want to have 100% expectation that they're going to keep their word. I don't have no expectations. I really just want to solely pay attention to how somebody acts and hold them accountable for their actions. That's it. Now that I'm yawning. Okay. This is a really great conversation, though. I'm loving it. You think 5 months minimum? What's the shortest amount of time they could ask for your hand in marriage so you won't be seeing other men? I would say 6 to 8 months. I would say 6 to 8 months should be efficient. Take this from a retired psych RN. Put the ring in the background and concentrate on engaging in a healthy relationship. Making marriage a priority will undermine and imbalance every relationship. I agree with that as well. Actually, I do agree with that as well. That's why That's why I said like a minute ago, like to answer that other dude's question though, like just to have an answer to that, like if somebody were to propose to me, um, I would I would have to see how things have been within that 6 to 8 month time frame. I would have to really reflect within myself to feel like if this person is really legitimate or not, you know. But essentially though, that's where I am in my life. I'm prioritizing just having healthy engagements and just healthy relationships. That's really all I desire. I just want to have healthy relationships with men now that I am an adult. I have my guy best friends that I've had since high school. I love them so dearly, and it would just be really nice to just have healthy friendships with men now that I'm an adult. All that other stuff comes later, you know. I don't want to see somebody and the first thing I'm thinking is, oh, they're my husband. Like, no, I really just want to enjoy the process and journey of really just getting to know somebody and being a friend. Not the players have ruined it for everyone. I'm still optimistic. I'm still optimistic. Are you guys just saying that because I say that I'm still gonna date other people? But it's crazy because there's dudes out there that are monogamous. That's what I'm saying. Like, as a woman, you really have to know if the dude is really like monogamous or not. And in dating, if the dude is, for me personally, if the dude says that he only dates one person at a time, then that's where the standard of, okay, well, you really gonna have to marry me comes into play. Because if I'm gonna respect you being monogamous and I choose to take myself off the market to honor that, you definitely have to put a ring on my finger within a year of us being together. Because every moment that a woman takes herself off the market for one man is taking her out the game to come across somebody else that can do whatever she needs and then some. And I also had to learn that this year too. You cannot take yourself out of the game as a woman, especially if you're a beautiful woman. Like you have so many you have like so much access. So we have to tread lightly. I'm from Poland. I like you very much. I love your dancing. I would like to see you live and make you happy. That is so sweet. Shout out to Poland. Shout out to Poland. I appreciate your support so much. First conversation for me. What is that? First conversation for what? There is never an excuse for ghosting anyone. At least give resolution to the situation. That is how people create karma that causes them to reincarnate and repeat the same mistake each lifetime. Well, for every person that ghosted me, I guess they're just going to have to keep reincarnating and dealing with it until they stop. You know, I guess I was their karma and they were my lesson that I won't repeat. And that's just that on that. I was their karma. They were my lesson that I won't repeat. I like that. I should tweet that. Yeah, I should tweet that. The people that don't give like resolution to their excuse me, people that don't give resolution to their ghosting, they have an issue with some type of communication. And that's a subconscious thing. For real, for real. You're right. I've heard so many stories of women being in dead end relationships for 5 to 10 years, which basically give their past years to a man who didn't deserve it. Exactly. Exactly. So it's not saying that every man is like that, you know. Every man is not going to waste a woman's life for 5 to 10 years. We as women just have to be mindful that that is a possibility. So don't let nobody play in your face. Never. Me yawning so much is crazy. Free from illusions, can you keep the chat entertained while I go to the ladies' room really quickly? Can you make sure that everybody just stays here? Can you do that for me, please? I feel like changing clothes, actually. I want to change it to something more comfortable, but yeah. Peppa, you can't come in here because you have upset stomach and I don't want you to randomly like throw up in here. Is anyone still up? There's you and a few people. I'm gonna let you hold down the chat though, so I'll be right back. Yay! You guys stayed? Thank you so much. I had to change. I needed to get into something a bit more comfortable. Thank you so much for staying. I appreciate it so much. Peppa, you cannot come in here. I don't want you to shit on my carpet. Okay. We are back. Christopher said he barely staying up. Hi, Jalen. Yay, finally got it live. It's been so long. I know. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yesterday's chat was interesting. We were debating religion. Yeah, you and JR. That man said that you're full of illusions. That was so funny. Luigi will go down as an American hero. Yeah, people are fed up with these people. I've heard that a lot. People have already started selling free Luigi merch, and his donor website gained tens of thousands of dollars in a short period of time. That's what I'm saying. Like, so many people may complain about like inflation and stuff like that, but then you got people donating money. We don't even know who these people are. That's what I'm saying. Like, no matter what's happening, people are going to spend their bag on whatever they want to spend it on. You know, Christopher says it's a distraction from bigger things going on. They just always doing stuff. They can never just relax. It's like, I don't know. It must suck to have to be a part of a family that created a messed up system. And yeah, you guys attracted this wealth because you guys created printing money. But at the same time, you have to always lie. You have to always lie. You have to always be on your toes. You got to always have security. You have to always just, you can't really live in peace. And that's what's crazy. Like, I just had an epiphany moment now that I just thought about it. In this illusion of life, these people, right? The people in quote unquote power, the wealthiest of people, whatever, they are never gonna really, they don't really live in peace. They may have money, but they can never live peacefully because they always have to lie. They always have to be vindictive or whatever the case may be. They always have to scheme. They always have to come up with plans. Those people are never at peace, for real. If you really think about it, there's no way you are a billionaire at peace and you own every single television network, and then you gotta, you know, figure out a way to finesse the people's brains through the news. Like, you're never at peace. That doesn't seem like a peaceful life to me. You know? They project that they live in at peace, but you never really live at peace if you always have to be on guard. You know what I mean? Never, ever, ever. You also heard something that was interesting, which he wasn't a client of United Healthcare, according to the NYPD chief of detectives. I think for those kinds of wealthy folks, lying comes naturally to them. Yeah, I think that learning how to lie to get what you need and want definitely is a thing. People finesse their way. People finesse the system because they created the system for whatever reason. So they're going to do whatever they need to do because they understand how faulty the system is, but it benefits them the most. So they're going to make sure they straight regardless. They're going to go against moral codes because, what's what I'm looking for? They're going to go against those things solely for the fact of people just aren't aware that what they are attesting to or feeling like they have to commit to is actually like a bunch of lies. You're committing yourself to lies. These people are literally just of you believing their lies. Healthcare should definitely be free. Having, like, charging people to be healthy on a planet that we were all born on is crazy. That's what blows me. We were all created to be here. Why can't everybody just live peacefully? Like, what is it that's in your DNA that feels like you just have to have all this power on this planet? Like, dude, woman, lady, whatever, both. Like, just why? We need a new system, but everyone is too scared to try and implement it because of the fear of anarchy. I hate that I keep yawning. I'm not sleepy. I did go to sleep at 4 a.m. last night, though. Not the 51st state. Are they really trying to turn Canada into a state for real? Will it make it cheaper to fly out there or no? Either way, it's still all the way up there. Question, yes. Actually, I need to take my makeup off. Let's do that. Let's do that. Because I'm getting sleepy. So just go ahead and take care of that. I'm about to sleep so amazing. I just don't understand. Me and my bed go together real bad. I'm about to sleep like a baby. I haven't been to my favorite bakery this week. Jeez. Get my hair out my face. If it'll just stay back there. Dang, I forgot I had mascara on. I had to take my mascara off. My hair is getting all over my face. Let me move my headband. There we go, because I was getting annoying. What's your question? That's crazy. I wonder why. But what's so crazy is all this stuff has to do with the leaders. Like, it's just a big, like, video game to these people. Like, it has to be. It gotta be a big video game to these people because ain't no way. Like, the beef isn't even with the citizens. They letting the citizens, innocent people, do their dirty work for them. That's crazy. It's crazy, but it's true. It's crazy, but it is true. Make sure I get all of this off my face. Oh. I'm just a girl. I'm just a girl. Okay. So much. Not that much makeup though, right? Y'all be seeing me get dressed and y'all be seeing me get naked. It's crazy. I'm kidding. I gotta use this for my eyelashes so that I don't have mascara on my eyelashes. I don't know where my eyelash brush went. I have no idea where it went. And I hate that I have this one random eyelash that just grows downward. I have long eyelashes, so it's like it be doing that, and I hate that. I hate that it be doing that. But I like that this is sensitive on the eyes. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Ooh. Okay. I need to get another head wrap thing because this done stretched out. My head is too small for this. My head is too small for this. I like to see them turn power off to US states. There's no real beef. Wait, what has Canada done for us anyways? Canada has simply just been living their life. Not hurting nobody. Nobody. Nobody, baby. Who gonna love you like me? But I wonder, like, if their laws would still be the same or would they still have, like, free healthcare? You know how tight I would be if I was Canadian and they talk about some 51 state and now we don't have free healthcare no more? That would make me so mad. Like super, super upset. I would be super upset. And then my question is, do these people even pay for their health care? They probably don't. Isn't that crazy when you think about it? Why do you wear makeup? Because it looks pretty. It looks pretty. And it's fun to be able to look like a different, not different person, but it's fun to be able to just do makeup. It's a girl thing. You gotta be a woman to understand. It's a girl thing. Just like men like to have their own stuff, women have their stuff. Makeup is our stuff, sports is y'all stuff. I wear makeup because it enhances my beauty. And I just like to wear makeup when I'm dressing up. It just adds on to that. It just adds on to the whole experience. Yeah. And it's therapeutic too to do your makeup. Like if you're going out, you have an event or something, it just adds a little razzle dazzle. It adds a little razzle dazzle. He said, okay. Thank you, baby. You sleep well. And I'll see you on the next stream. LOL. A lot of people think that women wear makeup because of insecurities, but that's not the case for everybody. It's not. Yeah, I love just wiping all this extra dirt off my freaking face. Oh, from this makeup. My face feels so much better. Now I can do my night cream. Moisturizing, restoring, wrinkle reducing. Yeah. Do. How long does it take you to do your skincare? Not that long. It depends on what steps I'm doing. I don't do this all the time. Especially with this night cream. Like, I haven't put my night cream on in like a long time, if I'm being honest. So, yeah. I don't have like, I don't have a lot of steps though to my routine. Even with my makeup routine, I don't have I don't need like an hour to do my makeup unless I'm intentionally just taking my time. You know, and then I don't use a lot of products on my face when I do my makeup. I literally just use concealer, powder, eyeshadow, blush, highlight. Like, that's literally it, you know. So I don't use what like a lot of professionals use. And oh yeah, I also have my setting spray. Let me not forget that. I have my setting sprays and stuff like that. So oh, what? There we go. So let me just use my left hand. Because, you know, like some girls, they have like so many different products for their face. And I barely be wanting to do my makeup sometimes anyway. So, but I don't want to wear foundation. You know, I don't do makeup for it to look professional. I do my makeup for it to just look natural, to just look like my face is enhanced a little bit whenever it needs to be like that. Essentially. So yeah. I'm just saying you really don't need it because thank you. You're really good at makeup. That sounds like a lot of makeup products. Have you ever tried what is it? How do you say it? Curology? I have not tried Curology. Thank you. Yeah, my makeup style is literally inspired by like the 90s and early 2000s. Because those girls wore makeup, but it just looked a certain way. And I just love how it looked. And I love the dewy look. I love for my face to look wet. And like just glossy. I just like to look glossy. It's definitely a thing. So boom. I forgot I bought this hair product today from the hair salon that I go to, and I forgot to bring it inside. It's definitely in the car. Forgot that. Yeah, it looked natural but had a little extra. Jalen gets it. Jalen understands. I'm trying to think of this specific phrase to say. Jalen gets it. Jalen gets it. We love Jalen. I'm just going to put a little bit of this hair serum on my ends. Just a little bit on my ends. This smells super good. Radiant. Thank you. I appreciate it. Nice and shiny and flowy. Gotta love it. But yeah, I appreciate you guys so much. But I think I'm gonna call this a night, yeah? But I'll be back on later. I should be in a skincare cosmetic commercial. Thank you. Let's manifest that. But yeah, I'm gonna get ready and get up out of here, you guys. Oh yeah, no, Christopher, I don't think you were saying anything bad about it. I appreciate you for loving my natural face. Can I read you guys a bedtime story? Yeah. Yeah. Once upon a time, there was a YouTube live stream. And millions of people joined it because they fell in love with the live streamer. The live streamer was full of joy, full of talent, full of charisma. And everybody all over the world loved to talk to her. The end. But yeah, no, I gotta go because y'all had me up here until 4 a.m. yesterday. So follow me on Instagram at See Me Living. And I will catch you guys next time.